Well, it is 1 o'clock in the morning, and I decided, why not? Press record. Let's film a video. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Sean K Beauty, and welcome to Sean K's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. You leave your questions down below. I feature them here on my channel. If you like videos like this, like, subscribe, and share. My background is microbiology and biochemistry. If you're into skincare, if you're into makeup tutorials, makeup reviews, and that kind of thing, and science to beauty, then this is the channel for you. Without further ado, let's get started. One of my beautiful subscribers had asked, Sean, can you give me steps on creating a mattifying look? And I'm obliged to do that. So here's the thing. I want you to focus on your skincare first, right? Because the misnomer is that we skip our moisturizer and we go into our mattifying primer and we have that as a substitute. That's not what we want to do, okay? And while you're doing the skincare routine, we want to cleanse, we want to assess the skin, see if there's any rough texture, exfoliate, serum, moisturizer, and then we go into mattifying primer. Next thing that we want to do is, after we go into this mattifying primer, we want to go in with a mattifying foundation. Now, foundations that have silica acts as micro sponges, so they're going to absorb a lot of oil. Your dimethicone is filling in those lines, and it's also blurring out the pores so that, or minimizing the appearance of pores, so you have that airbrush smooth look to the skin. And then you have your talc, your starches, all of these powders that are in your foundations are also, really preventing that that oily look from taking place. Now, if you're super oily, I would then say, go into a setting spray before you go into powder. So here's what we're doing: mattifying primer, mattifying foundation, setting spray, then going in with the other steps. Now, some people like to go mattifying primer, setting spray, foundation, setting spray, then doing everything else. Either way is fine, especially if you're really oily. The next step is a mattifying concealer. A mattifying concealer is going to work in conjunction with everything else that you've used to really keep that look very matte. And I also say use, after the concealer, use a mattifying contour. Maybe like a powder contour would work if you can find one. I'll recommend a few down below. A really great one that's not a powder is the one from Fenty Beauty as well. That dries down so fast that I would warm it up on the back of the hands, put it on your brush, and then start contouring that way. But that's another really great one. And I don't know if Makeup by Mario's contour stick is going to be as mattifying as the one from Fenty, because it's not. The one from Fenty actually is more mattifying. So I'm also going to recommend some products after I walk you through these steps as well. So we've done all that, and then we're starting to go into eyeshadow. So one of the eyeshadow palettes that I recommend, well, I should recommend two. One is from Makeup by Mario. It's pretty much all mattes in that palette. And then this one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is the Soft Glam palette. I've talked about this before, and it has a lot of matte shades on in there. And then the Modern Renaissance I gifted to my mom. She loves that. That has a lot of mattes as well. Also, for my brows, I highly recommend like the Brow Freeze. Some of those products will keep your brows in place, so even while you're sweating, your brows are not going to move around either. I think that's an Anastasia Beverly Hills product, so I will leave that down below as well. So let's go into some of these recommended products, because if you don't know what to use, I'm going to give you in the order of mattification. Okay, so from least matte, even though it's a matte, to more matte, because I don't know how oily you are. You can gauge it based off these recommendations. In the foundation realm, the Ultra Le Teint from Chanel, along with the Universal Powder, will give you the confidence that you need. If you're super oily, then I definitely say you can't go wrong with either one of these because they are rich in silicone. Gucci is this mattifying I've been wearing for hours, or Huda Beauty. Huda is more mattifying than the Gucci, you guys. I don't grab this one as often because I'm a normal combo girl. And so we're now at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's go into our mattifying lipsticks. On my lips right now, I'm wearing Hermes, and this is the Rose Boisé. It is such a beautiful color. It's on my lips right now. So that's what I'm wearing. And the Rouge à Lèvres Velvet Extrême from Chanel is a really great lipstick line. I've talked about that a ton on my channel, and I have a ton of those lipsticks, and they are comfortable mattes. Now, the key with mattes, my friend, is that you want to exfoliate before you go to bed at night. Lip exfoliators, there's one from Fresh. I don't know if Jouer Cosmetics does it anymore, but there's a lot at Sephora to really give your lips the cell turnover that it needs. And then going in with my favorite is the Tatcha lip sleeping mask. Another favorite of mine is from La Mer, and another one is my Kogan Do. So you see I have my Kogan Do with me as a backup just in case I run out of my Tatcha. Now Kogan Do's lip balm, it's not a sleeping mask, but you can sleep with this one. I love to keep this in my purse to wear throughout the day as well. Setting powders, what I recommend 4. One is Huda Beauty. This is Kunafa. Her setting powders are really mattifying. Laura Mercier has a really great mattifying powder. Fenty Beauty has to be the most mattifying out of all the mattifying setting powders that I have with me on this trip. I'd say that's more mattifying than the one from Huda. And then another really great mattifying powder that has 5 stars across the board is from Patrick Starr. And that is the One Size powder. He also has the One Size setting spray. Have y'all seen his commercial on TikTok? He sprayed his face, went under the water, came up, and honey, he was flawless. I was like, okay. So Patrick Starr and Patrick Ta, I want to try some of their products. I love their personalities. I love their genuinity. They're all about their consumers. And I only see people raving about their products. So expect to see them on my channel as well. So this weekend, hopefully I can show you all this natural technique, which is Scott Barnes' technique for underpainting and really giving you this full-on glam look that is camera ready. It is a lot of makeup, but there's a lot of blending, sculpting, lifting, highlighting, that kind of thing. And he does the concealer, contour, that stuff first, then he does foundation, then he puts on a little bit more concealer, then he does the bronzing. It's a whole nother technique. And I know that Kevin Aquan had either something similar. They both kind of came out with this whole underpainting technique. And what I love about it is that it really does sculpt and lift. I feel like my nose is smaller when I'm doing this technique. I feel like my face takes on a whole nother look. There's so much power in makeup, you all. Like, makeup can truly transform you from just looking basic to looking full-on glam, a totally different person. And I'm really loving it for camera, for photos, for that kind of thing. Push yourself a little bit this summer. Do what you've not done before. You know, life is all about exploration. It's all about innovation. It is about you being excited. And a lot of that excitement comes from doing something new. So if you always go radiant, go matte. If you always go matte, go radiant. Or try a different makeup technique. Or if you don't have a skincare routine, do a skincare routine. Implement something into your day-to-day that is enhancing you, but also challenging you to see what else is out there and jump into this broader stream of consciousness. I love you all. I want you to be astute. I want you to be informed. Let me know if Monday and Fridays work best for you all with doing Sean K's Beauty Bar, or Wednesdays and Fridays. But I still will do my Sunday vlog, kind of sit down, let's chit chat, just let our hair down, have a good time. that kind of thing. But for all of you who've been with me from the start, and even those that have jumped on this back end, thank you for loving me. I love mankind, and I just really want to be here for you all. That's really just what it is. So yeah, let's take Sean K's beauty bar to the next level. It'll be like a talk show. You and me, and maybe some tea or coffee. Anyway, be kind to yourself and to one another, and I'll see you all in my next one. Ciao for now.